Why wouldn't I be able to just get back into it? I don't usually have passwords saved like that.
Okay, here we go.
So I gotta do that
All
too.
right, I'm back up.
Good. That's good. Alright. Emoji, stickers, soundboard, members. I don't care about that right now. Security actions, no. If I boost the server work. I'm really tired and blind. Booster. Oh, you're almost to level 3. Okay, yeah, that's. If this is.
Yeah, I need I think 5 more boosts or something.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be. I'm like, well, I'm only doing nitro this month. I think I have 2 boosts. Sometimes I might save them if you're like really low, but it looks like it's
I
a good
mean,
time
you
to do it.
totally do not have to do anything. Anything you do is
No. This is the kind of thing I go through with a lot of servers. Just like, oh, I see they're trying to boost, and they're like, it's like they need 15 more boosts for the next level. I'm like, well,
no.
I'll have 1 or 2. So I might not waste it.
I've put my money where my mouth is. I have 6 boosts that I put into this server, so I'm not one of those ones who's like, yeah, everybody else do it, but I won't.
Oh yeah, I mean, I usually just dump in the past I dump it in yours or like another server, because I would just have to. I don't really go around boosting and stuff, but there are times I was just looking at what level you were at, because I'm like, oh, if you have like 12 more boosts to do, I might save the 1 or 2 I have.
Yeah, I have always appreciated whenever you put a boost in it. It really helps.
Yeah, because it actually increases your bandwidth for like voice channels. Like how much, it's kind of shady how they do this. They don't make that exactly clear to the regular end users. Like, no, man, they make you pay for like bandwidth.
And then I think when I get to 3, I can do like my own little badge or whatever as well.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, and you get 100 meg upload.
Yeah, exactly.
Better audio.
Yeah.
But you're at level 2, so that's pretty good.
Oh hell yeah!
So I just did 1. Do I have another one?
Ooh, I just got a skateboard.
Yeah, that might work. Do you know how to ride one of those?
Excuse me.
I typed in skateboard how to do, and this video popped up. Should teach you how to use that thing. Maybe. Good luck.
What's up? If you're watching this video, you just purchased one of our Skateboard City skateboard products, and you're probably wondering, how the heck do I use this? Well, I've got great news for you. I'm Mark Sizzler, the youngest ever CEO of Skateboard City. Here with the official Skateboard City skateboard product tutorial.
No.
Okay, wait. This is kind of sick.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is mount your skateboard. To do that, you're going to hold forward and press the sprint button. Maybe that means pushing in the left joystick, or maybe it's pressing one of the buttons on your keyboard. See, here at Skateboard City, you define the
10 boosts on yours. Do I have another boost available? Your boost is waiting, so I have another one?
Very thrilling on one of our official Skateboard City skateboard products. You're mostly going to be moving the camera around with either the right joystick or your mouse. I can't know which one of these you're using. I can't know everything. I wish I could know everything, because then maybe I could have saved my dad, the great Barney Sizzler, from taking the final slam.
Alright, 2 boosts. Let's get rid of those before I forget. Yeah, because sometimes I forget about them too, and I'm just like, I want to offload these. So while I'm in here, I'm like, let me use these boosts. So 2 boosts. Alright, that's done.
Should have mentioned that.
I'm taking you in, backstabber scum. That's what you get.
And what was the auto mod? I'll look at that really quick, because I can't usually see all this stuff. I know it's acting goofy, but I was kind of curious, like, what it was flagging, like, Lytic on, seeing, like, what it was kind of doing. Just curious. Let's see.
It's not just my head. I can regrow other body parts too. Get another one.
Oh no.
I'm just trying to psych you out, and it's working. I can regrow my dick. Hold that energy. Let yourself get distracted. You don't clown me. My fucking
Soundboard stuff.
God damn, that hurt. How about you just give me back my board and we'll call it
That's not a soundboard things. Okay. Yeah, automod flag something by Donnie's Law or whatever. might look more into this. I feel like I just mean that there's another way to do this in time. I blocked a message sent by
You afraid to come
message
fight
by
me? Have some more! You used to be my hero. We all looked up to you. I really like you. Motherfucker! That fucking hurt! God damn it! Could you please stop cutting my fucking arms off? That's it. I'm activating the poison gas system. Poison gas? Why the hell does this zoo have poison gas? Zoos have changed a lot since we were kids. Whoa! That had to stay.
This is prepped.
You let us all down, you know that? You were a role model to all of us. You took down the entire G3 cartel. Nobody wanted to touch that bounty, and you did it like it was nothing. And now, freaking scum.
Yeah, man, we get it, we get it. You're a broken fucking record.
This isn't a joke. It's the code. The fucking code. This shit needs to matter.
My
Oh!
ready.
You just blew this dude's head off.
Skateboard time. On the way out.
Thank you again. Double thank yous.
We gotta move. Come on.
You're out of there. That's good. I've got to there's a shitload of bounty hunters still on the tail. Follow the markers. Keep going. You're in the shit with her now. Like it or not.
Guess that makes us outlaws.
Yep. Your bounty just came in. 30 million pesos. Twice as big as Lizzie's. Welcome to the other side of the law, kid. This ain't gonna be pretty.
Wow. That's actually kind of a lot. A little flattering if you think about it.
Oh. Am I supposed to know that? Oh. Now you can get over there yet?
Oh. me.
Hey, hammerbirds! You know what those are, right? They're like weird birds that evolved to look like hammers for some reason. I don't know why. Hammerbirds are crazy. You can pick them up and swing them around. They're pretty useful as weapons, trust me.
Oh, nice. Man, these environments are wild.
Mo, don't do that rape stuff. That shit's annoying. You deleted your messages. Don't like do this. Josh likes to rape. That just only encourages this whole annoyance that I hate. You get Thanos being all autistically, like, sexually weird. I hate that stuff. I've said this for years. I'm like, I hate that stuff. Don't do it. It pisses me off.
So it's basically the rapist who rapes the rapists. Okay, I get it.
This is everything you just said. No, stop.
Yeah, but,
This isn't how we communicate. You're like, I'm gonna rape
That's
you.
what I
I'm like,
meant.
you better knock that stuff off because, like, it gets Thanos all, like, hard about it too, and it's really annoying. Although Josh trolled me with that gif, which I hate.
And there are, like, a few just normal people in the server who are not, like, chronically online.
Yeah.
Who get upset by shit like that.
Look, Josh already knows this. Like, I'm already like I hate this stuff. Like, this has been the problem for years with you. Like, I don't like it. I hate it when you do your like, you're rape and your tongues. You get all gay and homo with each other, and you're like,
Hey,
oh.
bro.
Stop saying rape. Stop like
not me.
encouraging him. It pisses me off. I'm kind of annoyed with Thanos as it is.
You chose him, not me.
Huh?
Yeah, I did. And you're the one who's like, oh, rape like a monkey, Josh. Like a little child. Stop. I'm saying it's annoying. Don't stop saying rape all the time.
He always says this in my DMs, bro. He doesn't want to.
Well, I'm just telling you. I'm just like, by the way. Because I told Josh, I was like, don't respond to that. Cause I'm like, and he did. It pissed me off. So, yeah, enough of that. I'm just going to start just deleting your messages.
I love Josh. He's so funny.
I guess.
Bro, it's like, it's like the three, it's like a circle jerk. Me, Josh, Thanos
Yeah, that's
and
why it's
Leo.
especially annoying because you just circle jerk each other and then you're like, rape, cock, like a bunch of autistic children.
Mm.
I don't like that, and like I said, I'm already kind of annoyed because like I feel like Thanos like just fucks up the flow now. You get him all into like, oh Josh, are you interested? You know, it's just stupid. It annoys me. Always has. So don't do it, or I just will delete your messages or just take it out on you. Now who's? Wait, Josh is still up, but yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. What is this? Now who's JOJ? This. The sus zone.
What is that?
Oh, you just saw my boosts or something?
Open that. This is shit I can't do yet, isn't it?
Do Jews have a religious duty to question the Trinity and suggest? Oh, this is something from her YouTube. A religious duty to question the Trinity.
Don't really talk about it or care about it. I don't know if they have.
I was gonna say I don't think there's a religious duty, but
they just don't really pay attention to it because it's not part of their religion.
Look, it's one of those
I think I might know where let's see where she goes with this. That's what they're talking about now.
there, a new love blob.
Yeah, your shit. Oh my god.
We got this.
We're never at that end state where
Welcome to the human exhibit.
with always becomes, right? What is it again, Matt? We're never how much.
Oh, this is the whole stream. I don't.
Griffin P. Spencer. If you're lucky, he might even let you pet him. Track humanity's journey from
I mean, I went into whatever live stream she was in for a little bit, and then like she was saying, she's like, you guys, as in the Jewish people, I guess she was talking. You guys like have it right or something. The Christian in the West. She's always talking about the West.
Oh no.
The failed democracy and the failed West. Sounds like she was saying like, actually, you Jews are kind of classy. Like, what's you doing?
Well, thanks.
Different.
I still
Didn't use
believe
the
in
word classy.
liberalism, though.
Humans simply aren't as smart as the rest of us. You may have caught a human movie or two on television. They became very popular after the discovery of Earth during the G3 invasion. That's because these movies are fucking stupid.
I feel it's really chatting with someone, and like, don't you feel a lot better when you're chatting with somebody, and like, their whole vibe is just so warm, and there's a lot of compatibility.
Yeah.
What I'm going through right now with somebody.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
You're looking at a lovingly detailed recreation of late 1990s Earth, better known to Earthlings as the Stone Age. You may think humans are simply behind the times, but this is actually...
I'll show you in DMs like me and this person we've been talking today.
You can, if it's really wordy and shit. I'm gonna have a hard time reading it.
It's a screenshot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is fine. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And you can't like constantly keep repeating yourself. I mean, I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't have any better answers.
Yeah, Lizzie, did you
You're doing
see
good.
her?
You're doing
Right
good.
through there.
Seems
She just
good.
fought her way through a whole batch of
All
early
is
Yeah,
fucking bounty hunters.
and I do good.
Thank you.
That just ends up in like
I'm just chilling. My name's Griffin, by the
misunderstanding with a
way.
person. It's
You can pet me
natural.
if you
Like
want.
the one in real life, I ended up with her in
Call one love
a
right here.
misunderstanding.
Wait, what?
Oh,
This
shit.
is somebody else?
Oh, you're a human under there. Oh.
Yeah,
I've seen it now.
I
I
thought
tell
we
you
were
about
talking about like the
Didn't realize.
person. Wait, what? Like, wait, what? I thought we were talking about the same person.
no, not the same person. You know, like no, this is just another person I know online. It's just
Okay.
me and her are like
Stuck in a zoo?
pretty,
This is a
you know.
tight setup. Trust
We
me,
both are
they take
weirdos.
good care of us in here. This is a good thing.
That's cool. Very nice.
So, are you being kept prisoner?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. But honestly, it's chill, man. They feed me like 6 times a day. All sorts of nice people come by to pet me. Honestly, it's way better than what I had going on back at Earth. I couldn't even get touched on Earth. I was one tough chick. I'd be careful if I were you.
Oh, we're not trying to kill her. We're trying to save her.
I mean, she didn't seem like she needed much help, if you ask me. But hey, if you find her, remember, she was hot. Oh, you're back.
ايوه يعني انت تاكل الماكولاش
Me and Anna. I'll be back.
Okay. Jesus Christ, he gets needy. Sometimes when over the years I'm with Josh, I'm like, you need to deal with him. Like, you need to talk to him.
With the girl thing he's got going on.
Yeah, he'll get like really ill.
He's
Yeah, and I just be
excited.
like, sometimes I'm like, you need to give him guidance. I'm like, I don't have the gas tank for this.
Yeah, he's excited though. Let him be excited.
No, that's totally fine. No, that's fine. But I'm telling you, like, the last, like several days, I'm just like, can we, you know, I just
I
like,
hear
sometimes I'm just saying in general. Sometimes with him, I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm like, Josh, you need to stop screwing around and talk to him. I'm tired. I get. Sometimes I just get drained for stuff. It's not even him particularly. I'm just saying generally.
Yeah.
I talk to him a lot, but I'm just saying, like, right now, I'm just like, oh man, he needs attention, you know, posting in general and stuff. I'm like, give him attention, because I can't be nice like I should be or as much as I want to be right now.
That's fair. I guess
But he's doing a good job. And
guess
he's
I
doing
can
pretty good. That's tough.
It's probably one of those things I gotta come back later.
Mm-hmm.
I am realizing there were some things earlier though that I could have done that I didn't. But that's what happens when you start a new game on something. You go somewhere, you're like, oh shit, I could have done that thing. Oh well.
Hey, sorry, remind me your name, or were we talking about something? Sorry, I was kind of spaced out.
All right, Griffin, we're getting the hell out of here. We'll see you later, my man.
Listen, with regards to the pro pally thing, I'll say it again, and I see you answered at the end. I'm like, look, I was just more taken aback. Like, pro pally. If somebody said that to me, like IRL, or I heard that, I just don't know I could take them seriously.
I mean, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to refer to them otherwise.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. I'm going to use myself as the guinea pig here. My immediate reaction is like, so, like, what is, I gotta ask these annoying questions maybe, but what is pro pally? Does that mean, like, because I don't want...
You're trying to save
I don't want war over there in general. Like, it's not really about Palestine. It's like, I don't want war in general. I don't want, weapons going over there. Like when we say pro-Pally, that sounds like it's at the exclusion of something else, like Israel. I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't.
Well, I
That's
would
not
say.
how I think about it, or a lot of other people think about it. Like, so I
Well,
think
I'm
that's what
not.
it's
I
kind
don't
of.
think
Josh
I'm
is
really
kind of about the
talking.
humanitarian.
I don't think I'm really talking about you.
No, I don't think you are either. But I'm just talking about from my perspective. I'm like pro-Pally.
So
I'm like,
again, when I talk about that, I'm talking about the more extreme sort of contingents here, right? So if you think about it,
yeah.
like I was making.
Well, that's
the
what I'm
point,
trying to make clear because.
Well, hang on. Let me just finish. I was making the point that we're looking at people who decided specifically not to vote because their position was, we have to be maximalist on this, and we just won't vote for anybody because even though one side is not just marginally but demonstrably like significantly better on the topic, it's not all of the things that we are wanting, and so in our eyes it's just the same one or the other. And then that led to, if it's true that those votes would have actually flipped it for Kamala, which again, I'm not quite sure I've seen enough evidence to say that would actually flip.
I would still stand by the
election.
original take there, which is like I don't think that was like the major issue.
Yeah, like I haven't seen enough evidence to convince me that would have flipped the election. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean that was my point. I'm like, are they trying to talk shit? Because Dems were soft, like they were soft on it. I'm like, this is common knowledge, like I said.
Yeah, maybe one or two swing states, maybe like Michigan or Wisconsin, those ones with those really high Muslim populations. But outside of those, I don't think there's really much of a chance of it flipping it. Regardless, if it was the case that it was responsible and it would have flipped the election, then we're talking about, okay, on one side he's saying, well, the Dems chose this and the Dems chose that, and I'm like, fine, but they did choose it, let's just say you're all right, and they chose to do that. It's still demonstrably far more than marginally better than Trump's stance on it, and we're literally picking against the harm reduction choice. If you call yourself
and I get like the core thing is that basically what you're saying is like by not voting, you contributed to a worse situation. That's what you're saying.
Well,
you can repackage that same statement some other way, but like the fact that you didn't vote,
right,
you voted for the worst. I get that argument. Like that's a different discussion for another day. That I don't want to get into that right now.
I would say
about that too.
I would say in almost any other race with almost any other candidate, I probably wouldn't have that position. But with Trump, knowing what we did about Project 2025, watching Project 2025 play out as it has, and the stuff that happened in Israel, the stuff that happened with USAID, which has already led to far more deaths than the Gaza war, and is planned to.
All right, let's just do chunks because like that one's a different one that I'd probably address differently. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
I guess just the thing was like what again, it was like it's weird to say pro-Pally if you're but it sounds like in this case it's a specific type of subsect of potential Democrat voters or leftist voters that are that are also pro-Palestinian.
Yeah, that are
which
very
means to the total exclusion of the other.
Right, very strongly pro-Palestinian, as in.
Well, I would think that's a small demographic of those Democrats that may not voted. I don't know, but I was just for me just a little simpler. Like I'm like pro-Pally just sounds like a weird thing to say.
I know a lot of people who were not so who had a much more sort of reasonable take on the situation in the region, and they weren't happy about the Gaza war situation, but they still voted for Kamala because they knew it was.
I understand that you don't have to explain all that. I get it.
And like I said, I know that in the same situation, Leo and Josh would do that. They would vote.
I don't know that you should say that for Josh. I can't really speak to Leo. I don't really know him like that.
Leo.
I don't think that your intuition or your thoughts about that are wrong. I'm just saying.
To be clear,
I'm always I would just caution like. I'm not saying that doesn't mean that Josh would vote for Trump. I'm just saying like you should be.
Hang on. No. I'm saying they would have voted for Kamala.
I'm
Leo has
telling
told
you,
me. Leo has
the
told me.
presumption that Josh would do that, saying your reasoning's not bad, you might maybe not assume that. I'm not saying it is, but it
That's why I
isn't.
said that's why I didn't assume. I said I believe Josh would. I don't know.
No, no, and I'm
But
acknowledging that. This,
Leo
I'm just saying, yeah.
Leo
Leo,
has
I don't know. If he said that, he said
well,
that. That's
then
fine.
let me. Yeah, he literally told it to me because I asked him once when we were on a voice chat. I was
Yeah,
like,
totally fair.
"Look, I just
Yeah.
need to know, like, if it came down to it, looking at the both of them, you know, who would you
Yeah.
vote for?" He said, "If I was an American, I would vote for Kamala, but because I'm not American and I don't like America, you know, I kind of want to see Trump win."
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I don't think your reasoning's wrong on that. And like I said, this can be a different discussion later. It's I don't want to get into it right now, but it's
Sure.
really about the. I
I
get
mean,
your
again,
point there.
it's just for lack of a better point. I'm certainly not going to be going around like the pro-humanitarian crowd when I don't think their decision was humanitarian.
The decision by virtue of not voting.
Yeah. I think it like
Yeah, so this is kind of part of the subject. Like that would be more interesting to like maybe talk as a topic another time.
yeah, well, because again, my position is my understanding of your position should be harm reduction, not you, but this person, this person that we're
No,
talking
I
about.
understand what you're saying.
And you know, if the outcome of your choice means more harm on Palestinians and more harm on the world over, I can't possibly view that as a humanitarian position to hold.
Yeah, yeah.
It just doesn't.
One thing I guess again I'm a little bit tired, but I mean and Josh and I talked about this a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I would be of course I would be inclined to believe. I'm like, yeah, it would be better under Kamala or a Democrat or something like that. But I also have to say, I'm like, I can't really say if it would be better or worse for who with the Israel situation. I mean, like, yeah, okay, Trump and the real estate stuff is pretty ridiculous, but I mean, I don't know that would have been better or worse, to be quite frank with you.
I mean,
Like, I'm
here's
against like that we bombed Iran. Like, I mean, we don't need to get into that right now, but
I mean,
like I'm
well,
like I mean, it
here's the
depends
other
on like how
point.
you look at like, is it better or worse?
At the end of the day, the shuttering of USAID has already eclipsed any of the numbers in Gaza, so, and in far shorter of a time. So to me, like, we can talk about the Gaza impact and see if there'd be a
Do you have some
difference.
like figures on those? Do you have like something to put up for
Yeah,
those
sure,
numbers? It's not that
absolutely.
I'm contesting that.
No,
It's
no, no,
just
no, no,
I
for
have
sure,
problems with
yeah.
USAID. However, I don't like the fact of like how they did it. I mean, you had foreign service officers for 30, 35 years. My dad used to work for, supported that too, I mean, but I'm kind of critical about that for, different reasons. When you said USAID, I'm like, fine, could we say that it was reasonable for the average voter, Republican or Democrat, to really like foresee that? You could point to the Heritage
I
Foundation
mean, yeah,
stuff.
they talked about it in Project 2025. They talked
I could
about
also
it.
say, I mean, yeah, this is just really about the expectation, of knowledge on the voters' part, I guess. But I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. It's just
Here we go. I'm sending you a paper from the Lancet.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, and I'm a little bit, I'm talking about, because this is something like, because sometimes it comes across as like voter shaming to me. Like I have some problems with that, but not really prepared to like discuss it like in detail right now.
And here's a
And I don't think that you mean that. Usually when we talk, you kind of clarify these things. A live tracker, huh? Let's see.
Of deaths due to cuts to USAID.
I'm saying 500,000. That's quite a bit. Deaths per hour. Methodology. Yeah, I'll have to go through this again. Like I usually like to go through this pretty thoroughly.
Definitely go through the methodology. I'm sure there's some percentage we could go.
I'm
maybe
fine.
A little
Like
higher,
I'm
maybe
like
lower.
flexible on stuff like that. I just
But
usually like
the
to
point,
because
the real ultimate point is that the lack of malaria vaccines, HIV protection, all of this stuff that was being funded by USAID has just led to lots of deaths.
Oh,
It's going to
yeah.
continue to lead to many deaths. And so to me, you know, like the overall impact of Trump's presidency, and, you know, if I were to say by extension those non-votes of people who took that one issue and made it their single issue over everything else, and all the other impact that had on Americans and other people around the world, I think is not
Yeah,
only...
you died on. Yeah, I get it. You died on that hill and fucked everybody else over.
Yeah, exactly. And like, not only did you fuck everybody else over, but you could only make that decision, make that vote from a place of privilege where you can look and say, well, you know, this I can afford to make this non-vote because realistically it won't impact me that much.
Yeah, and so this is like more of the meat of it. It also, I think, is a more fundamental concept of like, well, you know, every vote counts kind of arguments, right?
They do. I mean, yeah, they do.
Yeah. I mean, you know, let's see. I need a child more. Malnutrition. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this a little bit detailed because I'm always interested in this.
But these,
I mean, because I'm absolutely not. Yeah, there's no like, there's no argument for me. It's like, no, it definitely has manifest and will manifest as, you know, harm and deaths and stuff.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like I was talking before, like how we like calculate like I don't know, like casualties of war and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes the way they calculate stuff is, you know, more like a future projection.
I think here's the thing, like, if you and I were to like talk about USAID in detail and go into like programs that need to be reformed, redone, or totally cut,
I think we're in agreement about that. You understand, like
100%, right? But then I think you also
not
agree,
like just cut it at the ankles.
Right. There's so many things in USAID that are really good and really important and help a lot of people. The way,
or at the very least, like if those things can be corrected, if there's process issues or whatever it might be. But yeah, I mean, again, for things like these basic things, even if there's like a lot of waste going into these programs, I'm like, well,
and they're
pulling it out altogether,
but,
just,
you know,
you didn't transfer that responsibility.
Here's another thing, though. At the end of the day, like, they cut USAID, they shuttered it, and it saved us what, a few $1 billion? Like, it didn't even save us that much money in comparison to our whole budget. So it's kind of like, there's some stuff, you know, we could clean up there. Maybe
like I'm pretty critical. So I'm like,
like maybe put in a new director who's like gonna go in and cut some of the fat, make sure there's no fraud in there and all of that stuff. But like, it's so helpful to so many people around the world and to the United States soft power. It's just like, getting rid of it has such a negative impact. And you know, I hope whoever the next president is, they set up a new system for this and reinstate a lot of these programs, because as somebody who's lived in countries racked by some of these diseases, you know, like, it's really sad to see.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think you and I are agreeing that sometimes, like, again, when I read this stuff, you know, when they get, you know, Josh et al., you know, they're always more critical of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times, you know, I get really tired of like the arguing from Twitter stuff. The arguing from like, because like half the time they'll like post a sensationalist headline and I'll be like, you didn't read this, dude. You didn't look at this article.
I mean, most of the time when Josh posts stuff, I'm like, I don't click on Twitter because like I don't typically like to log into the app, and it depends on what device I'm on. And I'm just like, you know, I'm not clicking to see all the context for this. you know, Leo's pretty annoying about it because I'm like, you just posted a bunch of stuff.
So many times I've gone
It
in
could be
there.
interesting, but it's just like, dude, like,
The
yeah,
number
I
of
don't have
times
the
I've
time to
like
go and look at like
opened.
whoever this account is and whatever this stuff has been
Yeah,
said.
the number of times I've opened a link from Leo and just looked it up and found it was completely just fake news. Like, it's frustrating
Yeah.
because I know
And I
that
think just
there's.
Leo lazily does this. I don't know. I think it's like,
Well, and
because I've
there's
always
so
wondered
many
this.
links
I'm
that
like,
get
why? Like,
posted.
stop doing this.
There's so many links that get posted. There's bound to be so many of them that are super fake news that just nobody checks at all. And you know, Thanos and Josh are
Well, I
probably
think they
in there.
kind of know that when they post that, or it's just the way they are. Because I look at this stuff and I'm like, look, like, and also it's like a whole. You post a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, I can't respond to each and every one of the disproportionate amount of time I got to look into it.
Yeah, but
Most of
also
the time
like
it's bullshit, and I don't really care either.
it's not even effective for anybody but the people who already are super on your side and agree with you, because at this point there's no credibility in the stuff that you're posting. So it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why would I even give a
Yeah, so I
second
don't really
thought
look
to
at
it?
like Leo's stuff when he posts. I just don't even look at it. I don't care. I mean, there's been a couple times where I deleted because I had like just an obscene amount of like, you know, like especially with the Epstein stuff. It's just like these repeated words. Like, I'm like, okay, like you can't just be a little.
Never
I know there's some
post
like really gross
anything.
stuff in there. Like, please don't post.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
never
you know,
post anything.
people don't want to open the channel and look at it and be like, oh,
Yeah.
pretty.
But like, I see them post a lot of stuff from X, and I'm like, at this point, if you don't realize that X is just a swamp of bad information, like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, you should not be posting anything from X. If you see something on X that you're like, oh, this is interesting, the order of operations should be, okay, I see this thing, it looks interesting, let me look it up outside of X, and if I find credible sources on this, I should post those. It should never be posting.
Yeah, if you can, I guess, reference it if it's like some kind of like, you know, argument, you know, between like people on there. But like when it's just like when that's the source of information for like whatever you're claiming, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, please, you know, and most of it, like, I usually just look at what the account is. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know what this account is. I don't care what this is.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, and I don't care.
Well, and like, you know, just so many of the sources too. It's like they post a thing from like just like a general like super leftist account or something, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I see these kind of stuff, and I'm like, I don't know who this, you know, and I'm a little
how do I know that
I'm like, I don't know who the fuck
real?
this is or what this is, so I don't care.
But you know,
a lot of them are like names or like,
then,
it's some kind of like leftist trope or something. I'm like, I don't.
Well, it's like the same thing as like MAGA, right? It's like you have this entire ecosystem of news that's telling you all of this stuff over and over and over again, and because there's all of these lies after lies after lies after lies reinforcing the same thing, you're like, oh my god, this crazy shit is going on. So if somebody comes in and debunks one of the lies, that doesn't fix the problem, because you've still got all of these other things that were lies building up your position in the first place.
Yeah, it's fire hosing.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like the last thing Leo posted here's like Ghislaine Maxwell's sisters, and I'm like, you know, it's not even just a sister thing. It's like using the software for the. I'm like, you know, I'm like, that's a whole thing. Like, but like just glancing at this, I'm like, okay, fire emojis, these weird pictures. I'm like, why are you? I don't know why you're posting this, but I think like, I think from like Leo and they're just posting it because it's content, you know. I don't really know why Leo posts this stuff, honestly. If he's trying to, I think it's like maybe he's partly trying to troll, or I don't know. That's just what he does.
I mean, I think a lot he genuinely believes is true, which is why he posts it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, I can't really tell with them sometimes. Thanos sometimes. You know, it's like I don't really exactly know. I usually give them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, I don't really know what you think or believe, honestly.
Here's what's so frustrating to me is like they have this history of like posting stuff like this, and then they like tag me in a thing that's like, ooh, I was right and you were wrong about this thing, and I'm like, I look it up, I look for other, corroborating information. I don't really find much, and I go, hey, I feel like I kind of need some more sources on this. It's not super clear. I'm not finding good reporting, and then they fucking mock me for that. And I'm like, do you
Well, I mean, yeah,
understand
again,
the
it's just
lack
kind of
of
this circle
credibility that
jerk
you
of
have?
like, oh, the shit libs, and it's like, well, that's what he said about the thing with Kamala. I'm like, oh, is he just basically saying like Dems suck, haha? I'm like,
Yeah,
meh, weak.
that's what it
I'm
is.
like,
Like
that's pretty
half the
boring.
time.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, they're
just.
looking for that, or like they're just picking at
Oh, really?
Daniel. I mean, I
I
guess
fell.
because they're bored. I
Um.
find it kind of, like, I felt like saying a couple of times, I'm like, have you ever noticed that MAGA Daniel only spawns like 1 in 10 times? I'm like, what does that tell you?
He's got a life and he's living it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, did I tell you that? I was like, I did have a private conversation. Josh won't like this, but I'm like, is Daniel living large?
he's
I'm like,
pretty
look, I
happy
mean, he
with
went
his
out there,
life.
he did his, I'm like, honestly, if I'm at least comparing it to what my loose metrics are for like life satisfaction or whatever you want to look at,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
pretty happy.
seems like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like better than me right now, and it's not about me, but the point is, I'm like, I can recognize that. I'm like, he's working, he has his girlfriend,
Yep.
like, he's doing his thing, and it's probably better than your miserable situation right now.
Yeah.
Being at home alone. And this
Like,
isn't talking
there's a
shit like, oh, you
reason
don't
why
have a
I'm friends
girlfriend.
with the
It's more about
guy.
like,
The reason I'm friends
you
with a
gotta
guy
get out.
doesn't have to do with his politics. It has to do with the fact that he's a nice guy. He's like he's a good friend, And he's like, and like it, it's funny to me that like it's so incredulous to them that like I could have a friend who's like a MAGA like Trump guy like that, and it's like, dude, this is part of the problem that we have right now. Is everybody's so wrapped up in the world of politics and being stuck online in their echo chambers and groups that it's like y'all have forgotten how to like get to know a person.
Yeah. I mean, I did tell, Josh, because when Daniel came on for the stream and he was like kind of giving his like backstory or whatever, I appreciate that, I think I engaged a bit with him, and, I told Josh later, I'm like, look, like, basically what he explained was, like, he kind of came from what sounded like mostly a secular household, he was like, he did sports like, Boy Scouts and like, playing like, football or whatever, I'm
Yeah.
like, I know this type, I'm like, it seems like he didn't have really a crazy out of norm like household experience,
No.
like there's always things going on, but I'm like, he didn't say there was any like alcohol or drugs, there wasn't like some heavy religious stuff going on or anything like that.
Nope.
He went to school, he went out, he just played outside, he's one of these type of people.
Yeah.
He wasn't in, he didn't get to consume a lot of media, but he didn't say he was restricted from it. I'm like, this
Nope.
sounds like a normal like boy,
Pretty
and I think
regular,
complimented him. I'm like, I think all guys should
well-adjusted
take Boy
human
Scouts.
being.
And I'm like, so what he did was he left Florida or whatever. It was hard for him, but he came out to California, he did the thing, and then I just said, I could tell like when he talked before about what he does at work. It's not really the content of what he's doing. It's more the ability to. It's the decision making. It's the it's a certain kind of skill set that I think people can't really appreciate when you're dealing with multiple parts. You got to make decisions on the spot. There's a lot of different moving things going on. So there's that, and then I'm like, well, he was able to get out here, and then he's obviously, California's expensive. He seems like he enjoys his job. It worked out. He like obviously has his own place and he's financially secure and stuff. So, and he's like a little bit spiritual. Like I don't have a problem with that. You can go to church or whatever. I mean, he can have his like, I'm like, I honestly, I don't really have a problem with that. The only thing I would say that I'll segue a little bit, but the only thing I would say is just Josh. Like, he just doesn't think he's a bad guy, but he's like, some of that his thinking is where it can lead to dangerous things. Not him per se, but that kind of line of thinking.
No, I mean,
and I'm like, yeah, true.
I
But I am humanizing him. I'm like, look, I mean, it kind of pissed Josh off a little bit. I'm like, well, I mean, honestly, it's, I understand this kind of like person that he just described. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, I know people like that, or that have that kind of childhood background when I just generically said, I'm like, I get it. I'm like, that's fine. Like, I can respect that.
Well,
but yeah.
also, like, I feel like a lot of this far left thinking nowadays can lead to some pretty dangerous stuff too. So like,
Oh yeah, sure.
there's a
Well, another
distinct.
thing Daniel said that night, and I agree with this, and I'm glad he said it aloud, and I think you know what I'm talking about. But it's just like he's like, Josh, I can tell he's trolling, but like, man, Thanos, I don't really know, man. He's kind
Yeah,
of talking about like, but he's describing that lingering feeling where it's just like, you know, I'm not really sure, I'm like, is this a concern kind of thing?
right. Because there's like a
And sometimes I don't know because like I get worried about Thanos. I'm like, are you gonna? I'm like, I hope you're not gonna. I mean, I have, you can go protest or do whatever you want. Like, I'm more protective about like your own safety in that case. I'm like, be careful about the
yeah.
things you say and things you
There's
do,
a
kind of stuff. The way
there's a
you're
very
talking is like making me nervous a little bit.
yeah. There's a
I'm not
very
saying it's wrong.
worrying like growth of non-liberal thinking on the far left right now, and like that's very concerning to me.
I mean, we can talk about violence and all that stuff, but I'm like, no, I'm talking about like him, I'm like, your
Well, I'm
people,
not talking about.
I'm
I'm
not,
not talking
this isn't a
necessarily about.
commentary on anything, but I'm like, well,
Yeah.
the way you're talking, I'm like, I don't want you to, I don't want there, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. And it's hard for me to discern because, I mean, Thanos and Leo are in their 20s, right?
Mhm.
Which is kind of wild to think about for me. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know.
I'm like, okay, I also kind of admit, I'm like, I don't always understand. I'm not always up to date with the internet culture and stuff. So I'm like, maybe it's just, there's communication. It's not that I don't understand like internet etiquette and all of its shittiness, but I mean, there's these younger people like them. I'm like, I don't know how serious they were sometimes. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like, are they just trolling or are they just saying this? Oh, I'm wondering, I mean, I've heard it all. So I don't know. But I think that Daniel, kind of recognized that. But I feel like it's just, I mean, I can see the whole like, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna shit on you because I'm just being kind of a prick today. But like, it's all the time. I think it's just because there's nothing else. I don't know. They want to get a rise out of it. I find it's just like, well, you can wait for Daniel to reply 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
And that's about all you get. Daniel might sputter off for a little bit, but it's kind of, it's boring.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But on like another end, like I'm trying to get a lot more people into the server to debate
Well, that's
stuff.
another thing. I
And
mean, I'm kind of,
quite frankly,
nobody wants to really jump in that.
no one wants to jump in that because it's just a circle jerk of like.
Yeah, it's like what's going. Yeah, it's
super
kind of like
far.
what is going on. It's the same three like people
Yeah.
like cycling like whatever.
Cycling.
I mean,
like,
I have to
far
say, it gets everybody
lefty.
riled up. Daniel
Sure.
Lytic's responses were, I'm just like, oh my god, this is devolving into idiocy. Butt crack, like insults. I'm like, oh my god, I hate this.
Yeah.
But it just gets
he
all.
He does like to troll them a little bit. He starts
Yeah.
with a troll, but then he gets into substance. He always does.
Yeah,
it
no,
that
I know,
way.
I understand that, but sometimes I'm just like, here we go.
Yeah. Well, it's because like that other night I was on the stream, right, and they were like arguing with me, and I was like, Daniel, I'm trying to stream and focus on this right now. I just can't. Can you jump in there, please? And
Yeah.
he's like, sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just, it's kind of like I said before. I was like, it's a little bit more. To me, it's like, all right. And on top of that, these motherfuckers have me blocked. I'm like, this kind of like breaks up any like whatever fluidness in the conversation that was before, which is not really, I guess, because I wasn't really, tagging on to like what Thanos and Leo would say anyways. They were kind of out there for me this last few months anyhow. But now, like with this blocking stuff, I'm like, man, like that makes it. I'm like, now you're just like fucking up whatever flow is in here. I'm like, just get the fuck out of here then. It's kind of like that's what annoys me about it. And I'm just like, okay, like Josh like kind of addresses all of us and stuff, or separately, and it's just like, man, you throw that in there, you're just breaking up the conversation. I'm like, well, fuck you. You're in here like tagging along and making all these comments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deal with this. I'm like, well, that like kind of interferes with my my desire to participate or say anything. It
Sure.
just like it just pisses me off. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like
That's
it's
fair.
annoying to me.
Yeah.
That's all.
You can't open the door without making
I'm like,
me come,
well,
okay?
I mean, I'm like, obviously it's not a big deal for you because you're in here
I'm really sorry,
having a
but this,
having a
this looks
time.
like
You know,
it
I'm
might
like,
be
well,
the
you know
end of
what?
the
That
game.
affects me.
I
So
know
fuck
you're
you.
really excited for a 10 to 12 hour action-packed laugh a minute.
And I don't know, Leo. I just kind of wrote off. I'm like, I don't care
Yeah,
really.
it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever. It's fine. If he wants to, like, he's an adult. He can talk to me or not.
Try getting the key card.
I don't like dislike him or anything like that. I just,
No, he's fine personally.
I'm just not. Yeah, he told me he's like, yeah, you make me uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, and that was like that was
That's
about it.
funny to me.
Yeah, well, because Paul was like, oh, you can't treat people like this. I'm like, what? You can't talk to your friends like this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Meanwhile, he literally threw away my friendship simply because I have a different position.
Well, yeah, this is the that was me. Paul saying that's the crux of the issue. I'm like, you say like you're not in any position to lecture me about friends. And who the fuck said I was friends with Leo? Like, who the fuck said we were friends by your definition, our definition, which we talked about many times, which is very, rigid. I'm like, you're not one to sit here and tell me like, oh, you can't treat them your friends like that. I'm like, excuse me, who, what friends? And also, like, what are you talking about? And also, like, if it's don't give me this like, oh, you can't treat people like this. Like, fuck you, dude. I'm like, I'm sorry, I came pretty clear with what was on the package here.
Right.
Leo can't handle it. I'm like that. But don't lecture me about like you can't treat people this way. I'm like, treat people like what? What am I doing that's so terrible to Leo? I don't. At this point, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But I did ask Leo because Paul made it all emotional and over the top with his friendship bullshit, and it was right after he went on his month-long like hiatus where he doesn't talk to anybody, whatever self-punishment ritual is. So he came back and he's like, oh, you can't treat your friends like this. Our friend, you can't treat Leo like this. Oh, what? Get out of here.
Leo
But I messaged him and I asked him, and I
big
was like, hey,
boys.
yeah, I was like, hey, it's my understanding to make you uncomfortable. He's like, yeah, he just said that without all the, emotional bullshit with it, and I didn't really inquire further, so that's fine.
No.
I think Dennis is having probably a tough time. I need to, really my reaction to it's, kind of fickle to. I normally be like, well.
He's also just a
shouldn't really be
kid. You go through being retarded when you're a kid politically for a while. That's just a normal thing.
Yeah.
Guess we're not stopping on that floor.
Yep.
Ah, welcome back, baby.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I was just making dumb TikToks.
Oh. What about?
Gotta use the stimulantes. Oh, nothing, just music.
Cool.
Not my own music.
So this will be cool, Victoria. When Aurora, we're not exactly sure what day or when exactly, but when she does move in, we're gonna start like a couple's YouTube channel. We're gonna do a lot of fun shit. Like one thing I really wanted to do was like buy a bunch of like cheap ass like electronics off of like Temu and AliExpress and shit, and like review them in like a funny way and stuff like that. There's all kinds of cool fun stuff we could do. Yeah, right?
So she moving down to Cali, like at your place with your dad?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really great. When is that?
We are figuring out the details. It's
like tentatively, hopefully.
Yeah, we're kind of figuring out, is it going to be like really soon or is it going to be later in the year?
Yeah.
So there's like some logistics and stuff that need to be figured out, but eventually she will. We're just not exactly sure.
Awesome. That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm really happy for you. That's great.
I'm really excited.
I missed some milestones with like Josh. I need to get on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's fantastic. I'm of the person. I'm more of a. Are we trying to roll? Have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Life is short.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream actually for now. I will be back at in about 3 hours and 45 minutes for my night stream. We're gonna watch the State of the Union. That'll be fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we will do that later.
That.
But yeah, everyone,
Oh,
thanks
okay.
for hanging out. Love all you guys. I will see you all a little later.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.